Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out if these companies are cooking the books or just having a bad quarter. Today we are looking at Astrotech Corporation's latest filing, and let me tell you, there is a new sheriff in town when it comes to the company's finances. And before we dive deep, if you love getting these kinds of straight up, no BS breakdowns of corporate filings, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, we have a brand new Discord community where we dive even deeper into these topics. The link is in the description below. So, what is the big news from Astrotech Corporation? Well, it seems like they brought in some new blood to lead their financial team. This isn't a full-time hire with all the bells and whistles, but a crucial interim role. Think of it as bringing in a seasoned pro to steady the ship when things might be a bit shaky. The main event here is the appointment of Scott Bartley as the interim chief financial officer, treasurer, and secretary. This happened on the 27th of October 2025. Now, this isn't just some random person off the street. Mr. Bartley has a serious resume in finance. He has been a financial consultant since 2011, helping both public and private companies with their accounting, reporting, fundraising, and even audit support. He has been with Bridgepoint Consulting since 2018, and before that, he ran his own consulting firms and even worked as a chief financial officer for a broker-dealer called Westlake Securities. He has also got experience as a senior manager at Deloitte and Touch. The company believes he is qualified due to his extensive experience as a chief financial officer and his deep background in accounting and finance. Now let's talk about how Mr. Bartley will be compensated, because that is always a key indicator of how serious a company is about a particular role. He is not getting a salary in the traditional sense. Instead, Astrotech entered into a consulting services agreement with Bridgepoint Consulting, which started back on the 5th of October 2025 for his services. Mr. Bartley will be receiving about $7,800 every 2 weeks. This works out to $260 per HR for around 30 hours a week. So it is a solid hourly rate, and it shows they're bringing in expertise on a contract basis. The company will split travel and related expenses with Bridgepoint. The agreement also has a 2-week notice period for either party to terminate, and Mr. Bartley needs to stick to certain rules about keeping things confidential. On top of this agreement, Astrotech will also enter into its standard form of indemnification agreement with Mr. Bartley. What does that mean for you and me as investors? Basically, it is a contract that protects him from being personally liable for certain actions taken while serving the company. This is pretty standard practice for executives and directors in public companies. It encourages people to take on these roles without the constant fear of personal financial ruin if something goes wrong that is not their direct fault. The news of Mr. Bartley's appointment was officially announced to the public on the 31st of October 2025 through a press release. This is also noted in their Regulation FD disclosure, which is all about making sure important information is shared with everyone at the same time, not just a select few. This part of the filing is more about making sure everyone's on the same page regarding the announcement. Now, let's look at the company's stock. Astrotech Corporation's common stock trades under the ticker symbol ASTC on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC, while the filing doesn't provide specific stock performance numbers for the period. The appointment of a new interim CFO often signals a period of transition or a need for financial oversight. Investors will be watching to see how this change impacts the company's financial reporting and its future strategic moves. The fact that they are listing their common stock means it is a publicly traded company and therefore subject to all these reporting requirements. Signing off on this report is Thomas B. Pickens III, who holds multiple high-level positions at the company, including Chief Executive Officer, Chief Technology Officer, and Chairman of the Board. Having one person in such key roles can sometimes indicate a strong leadership vision, but it can also raise questions about the distribution of power and potential bottlenecks if that individual becomes overloaded. So, what is the story here? Astrotech Corporation has brought in a seasoned financial expert on an interim basis. This typically happens when there is a departure of a key financial officer, or perhaps a need for restructuring or enhanced financial direction. Mr. Bartley's extensive experience across various financial roles suggests the company is prioritizing strong accounting and reporting practices. The consulting arrangement indicates a flexible approach, possibly to evaluate the long-term needs of the CFO role or to bring in specific expertise for a defined period. Looking at this from a big picture perspective, Astrotech is taking a deliberate step to ensure its financial operations are in capable hands during what could be a transitional phase. The focus on an interim rather than a permanent hire could mean they are still assessing their future financial leadership needs or tackling a specific time-bound project. The contract terms are pretty standard for this kind of consulting engagement, offering a good hourly rate for specialized skills. What is not explicitly stated But often implied with these interim appointments is the need for immediate stability and accurate financial reporting, especially if the company is facing any strategic shifts, audits, or significant financial events. The story here is one of prudence. They need someone to manage the finances, and they've brought in a highly experienced individual to do just that. For investors, this should be seen as a positive move towards ensuring financial integrity and oversight. Alright, that is our breakdown of Astrotech Corporation's latest filing. What is your take on this interim CFO appointment and what it might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.